Hello, miteinander, guten Abend, and willkommen zu more CTRNF, because as I stated in a previous video, Lynx would like to wait to play Minecraft until we get the copper golems out, which can't honestly complain about that, because I am excited for those golems. But I did convince him to buy the survivalist guys. I somehow managed to pull it off, so at some point, we will do that at some point. I don't know when. But we will. So that's exciting, honestly. Can't wait to see how that turns out.
Engine Labs or Ruse 2? It's all the Engine Labs.
Speaking of, 2 new videos have gone up on the channel. Make sure you check those out, guys, if you haven't already. And thanks for tuning in to some good old CTRNF racing with me and Lynx. And Lynx is using his, what looks like a hovercraft, I think?
Yeah, this is the OG car I usually use. Well,
the other day you were the retro crash. I was like, okay, which one is he? We're all using the classic car. That's funny.
I changed back to my old habits. What can I say? Old habits die hard.
That is what they say. They tell me that. That is what they say.
Ironically, you'll get a laugh today. I had that for lunch.
That's actually really terrible.
It was the best lunch I've actually had.
Well, nothing beats a home-cooked meal, that's all I gotta say.
I was kind of disappointed, though. My Jindo didn't want to come on my deck. He didn't want to enjoy the
That
food.
poor Jinzo. Speaking of, new card pack release. All my Lunalights are now out, so I need to go buy those. And I just got done buying most of the 6 Samurai cards. So
I hate the lights.
you haven't even battled them yet. How can you hate them? Your Lynx hasn't even physically met Arabella yet. Like, I don't what?
I just hate them. Fairy Tale Lunas. Strong passion.
Oh, there's no Fairy Tale Luna is its own thing. That's not in the Luna Lights. That's not part of the archetype.
They just give me PTSD.
Well, you'll be happy to know they're not in the deck. So. Hey, Crunch is in here.
Crunch!
Yeah, I saw him there briefly.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
What is that? That sounds familiar. Is that just old... Is that just she shanty stuff? Oh, Captain, my Captain?
Yeah, that's just old Captain stuff.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because I've heard it before, I just couldn't remember where.
Sometimes I just love doing old she shanties. Captain!
Oh, Captain, my Captain. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Captain, there's an island.
Full force, Captain.
Captain, there's Latinas on that island.
We're going overboard, Captain. Starboard ahead, Mr. Captain.
Someone just wolfed in and the ship and crashes onto the island.
I'm not driving the ship. I'm the guy up in the crow's nest, probably. I'm just sleeping up there. That's probably me. I don't know. I've never considered this. I should talk to Soren about that. She's into pirates. We could make some pirate lore for Toma in an alternate timeline. Because I'm not sure what role I would do. I certainly wouldn't want to be captain.
He just wants her jar.
That's a lot of responsibilities that I just don't feel like doing. I wouldn't know how to navigate. They'd say, take us west. And I say, west? I thought you said east.
Soren is the captain.
I could probably see her being captain.
Let's do a direction, Lynx.
You're fired, Lynx. I don't have a job. Oh, would you like a job, Lynx? Boy, would I? Here you go. Hooray! You're fired. Oh. Poor Lynx. Getting fired from his job. Ow.
Sorry.
You were in 2nd place?
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up to you this whole time.
Do we have any other racers in this race?
Oh yeah, we have 2 other racers.
They must not be doing very well if you're in 2nd place.
No, they're not.
Well, that's better news for us, I suppose. Oh, speaking of cards, I did finish Doug's deck and Hikara's deck in 2011. I decided not to build Arabella since obviously the Lunalights still were not out even in 2011. So instead, I made Adeline instead because she's gonna be debuting and she uses a deck from 2011. No, we only had one other guy.
Oh.
It was that honey dude.
Well, you knew that great.
No wonder you won. There was like only one other racer. I was gonna say, usually you're not like... Interesting. Did he almost not get third place? Did I see that right? That man almost got fourth place to an NPC. Hey, I got that too. I didn't know this was friendly, but there's a meeting of the seven kinds. Or the wicked what's it called? I feel like there's a card, something kind me. I don't remember. I don't know how I feel about this headset. I feel like I can't really hear myself talking like the other one was.
More noise canceling.
What, this one is?
Probably.
I don't know. The other one, when the mic would come on, it was like I was talking right into it and I could hear it in the headset, you know what I mean?
Dude,
it's really cool.
The thing is, and I set this up purposely on the VR headset, so I actually didn't
Oh, he left.
want to freak out. Or what?
The guy left.
Oh, Dogs and Tyler 2004 with. I know there's another player. He just leave.
No, we just got into the lobby.
Hmm.
There were no other. We just saw the race list. What are you talking about?
I actually set up my my headset so actually I can hear people talking to me outside, so that way nobody grabs me and I freak the frick out.
Oh yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, that was.
Let's change this up.
Dad already did that to me, and I already like jumped. What the speed?
Yeah, I kind of like her with the aqua. We'll do that. Whoa, we have a lot of crashes out here.
Yeah, I know. I'm changing.
Damn. What was I gonna... I was gonna say something, and now I can't.
There we go.
Oh, you and the other guy also changed. Everybody changed. Oh my gosh. He's a space Spyro. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, you were talking about, in the video where you talked about wanting to destroy Sada's armed dragon level 3 or something.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out you couldn't. There was no way you could have done that. Because you kept saying, if only I had destroyed her armed dragon 3, she would never been able to get 5. I finally watched the video. She only had Masked Dragon and some other card. You attacked Masked Dragon, were shocked at the fact that it summoned another one, and then you attacked it, and then she summoned Armed Dragon level 3, and you had no other monsters to attack with.
There was another duel where I dueled her where she brought immediately Armed Dragon level 3, but I already attacked another monster, so I could have destroyed it.
Well, it was the only video that we uploaded, so I don't think it was another one. It's the only one. Because you say afterwards, like, I should have destroyed it. No, after watching it, it's like, you couldn't have destroyed it.
Not him!
There's no way you could have. She summoned it because she knew you couldn't destroy it.
Oh boy, here we go, Toba.
I'll send you a postcard from the finish line.
Oh god.
No! I hate this map. I hate this map.
Yeah, I actually like this map, but it does require some interesting turning skills. Turning skills that I may or may not have lost after not playing for so long. Heck yeah, we will. Heck yeah, we will. Heck yeah, we will. Out of my way.
Characters too, because I do want to get a chicken.
Oh, I already have every character pretty much. There's like a handful that I either didn't want to get or just don't have due to skill issue. But I basically have every character I want, so. And I have all the cars. Well, I mean, I've been playing since this game released, and for the longest time, you just wouldn't play. So you missed out on all the fun stuff.
I was very afraid of it being like the first one, which I still suck at the first.
Because it's a remake of the first one, so yeah, it's exactly like that. I mean, they got the controls down to a T.
I mean, the controls feel a little bit more smooth in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, they literally copied the controls directly from the old game. They did extensive testing on it. It's insane. And they did an incredible job. I really like it. I mean, I still love the original, but I can't deny how fun this game is. So they did good.
I just see it. I don't know how I just see it myself there.
What place are you in? Oh god. 7th?
6th now.
My brother.
This map I really suck at.
I'm in 2nd place. I see 1st place! 1st place!
Alright. I see I'm in 4th.
That guy's a lap ahead of me?
Oh, he's a lap ahead. Whoa, I'm in 3rd. No, I fell.
How did he do that? I don't even remember him passing us.
The fates be so cruel to me. I was in 3rd. Now I'm in 7th.
Yeah, now you're not even on the thing. What happened?
Yeah, I got literally thrown off the map.
Oh my gosh, you're in 7th and that windy guy's in dead last.
Yep.
Holy cow, man. What happened there? What the heck happened there? You weren't crunching it? It wasn't they're great. It was this sucks. Or something. I don't know. You didn't do too well, Corporal. I'm sorry to hear that.
I did not do good at all.
Perhaps you will do better on this next race. Perchance you will.
Possibly. Don't know. I mean, I was really shocked I somehow got first the last race, but I took more time.
What? Oh, I don't know what happened. I'm just racing. I don't know. There was only like 3 racers, so I mean, I don't know what you want me to really say about that.
Assembly lane? Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, heck yeah, I'll do that. Alright, characters.
Yeah, we'll switch it up.
I always do enjoy using her, but... why not? Hey, we got Cortex in here. Oh, we got multiple Cortexes, multiple crashes. My goodness.
Yeah, why not? We'll do that. We'll do Nash.
Nash? He's a good character. Boss character. I actually really like him. You know, they actually got the original voice actor to come back for him. He's like one of the few CNK characters who got their original voices. Nash might have also, but I can't confirm that. I haven't raced with him enough to hear the similarities if it is or isn't. Sorry, you were saying something?
I'm shocked to sometimes see voice actors return for their roles. To me, I
Well,
just don't
money
feel like,
thing.
even after the whole money thing's been kind of somewhat remedied, it just, I don't know.
What do you mean remedied? It's just they don't want to. If they don't want to pay them when they could hire someone newer.
It's just weird. I don't know.
It's called business. I mean, you got to think about what it costs them to do stuff. I mean, you can think about the fans all you want, but when it comes down to it, you got to cut the line somewhere, and you don't want to cut on performance, obviously. So you cut on the voice acting because it's not a movie. You know what I'm saying? And it was a one-time role, so it's like, will they care that much? Yes, we will. But they don't know that. They don't think about that.
Check your meters next time.
I mean, the guy who voiced the original Velo from the CNK, he even openly stated they never approached him, but he was willing and wanted to come back to voice Emperor Velo. I still cry that they didn't do that, because his new voice is god-awful, and I refuse to touch his character, because it's so bad.
Dang, you're like way ahead. Holy tight.
I'm just up here with the Spyro guy. I don't think we're that far ahead, are we?
It says you're in first place.
I'm in second. Spyro's in front of me.
It says I'm in second on my screen. I'm not even joking.
No, you're in third. You're way behind me. Who's in fourth for you?
Now, there it is. Now it's coming back to fruition. I'm like, oh, that bomb almost hit me. I would have probably cried.
Oh. Here. Whoa, 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 Winning, winning, come on, me.
Jump that wall.
Possibly.
Is that how you're gonna get?
Bye-bye, talk to you later.
Come back here.
Me no speak your language. What?
Black wings.
I accept. My car just turns her eyes, ram into the front of your car. I'd like to talk to you about your extended Blackwing collection. Bro, I hope they get new support at some point. I'm actually really thinking Grave Robbers might get some support soon, because they just had a random card reprinted in the most recent pack. And I'm just like, that's really odd to me that they did that.
They've been really quiet after the whole Rush tools. I wonder if they're gonna go back to the roots.
Currently, right now, they're just working on the Chronicles anime. I don't think they're gonna be doing another long-term anime series. I think they might be, like, trying to figure that out or something. I don't know. I hope they do go back to their roots, though. I hope they work on another series. That would be great. Like, maybe extend 5Ds, GX, or the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Somehow. Because I'd love to see Joey Wheeler with an updated deck. Like, that'd be awesome. Get some actual Red Eye support.
Taking place in that era, and then have like new like old timey cards or different cards released in that era.
Yeah, like take place in Domino City, but not focusing on the old characters, but that time era. Yeah. And it can take place during one of the original arcs, so we get to see like a different side of it. Like, I don't know, maybe there were other Dark Signers we never got to see. Maybe they missed one. I don't know. That guy got 7th place.
Dang, that was close.
It's a little concerning. That man didn't do too good down there.
I don't know. I just feel it's weird. I just like they could honestly even do like a whole like refresh of the whole original Yu-Gi-Oh series, because I'm gonna be honest, there are parts of it that don't make any sense and probably need like a big refresher.
Well, yeah, because at the time, Takahashi didn't want to make a card game. That's why Duelist Kingdom doesn't really have any rules, because it was just like a one-time thing. And that's why we got Capsule Monsters and Dungeons Dice throughout the series, because, again, the original series wasn't about one set game. Dark Yugi would come out, and then he'd play a new game every single time.
Yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero, because it kind of explains it, because every episode of the season 0, he did like a different supposed game every episode. Supposedly.
Yes, and when he does his episode with Kaiba, that's where they play Yu-Gi-Oh! And so when they actually do Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's no rules, because it was just kind of made up. So they didn't really know what to do for, you know what I mean? It was like a work in progress. And then by Battle City, they had it kind of figured out. I haven't used you in a while, so why not? Pigpen. Rich man! Oh, what is that?
What is what?
Nothing. Something popped up on my phone. Certainly wasn't looking at, something on my television, if that's what you're thinking. Certainly wasn't some giant four-headed ancient Egyptian pharaoh man. That's not.
Not in the cheat.
That'd be great. Grave Robber Cortex allows you to steal the crystals when summoned.
I just feel like they really kind of just tore a lot of the player base when I did Speedos. Like, I get it. Like, they're trying to do something different, but...
They're moving away from the original. They don't like the old format.
The guy who brought it into fruition's dead now, and I get that, but it's just like... you gotta make stuff to keep your fans, intrigued and all that stuff.
They don't
too.
care about that.
No,
They
don't
care about the meta and all the meta playing people. Like I said, they're done with old Yu-Gi-Oh! They literally tried to eliminate all the Edison tournaments because they just don't like the old format. They even said, like, yeah, maybe we'll keep them around, but we're going to update them to new rules. It's just like, that's the whole point of the old format. We don't want to play with the new card errata and the new rules. That's why we have these older tournaments. But they did buckle to the pressure of the fans and said, hey, look, we screwed up. We're going to continue to hold the old tournaments with the old ruls. So that was a huge win for the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
I don't know.
Konami is just a very interesting corporation. Why am I in first place?
Like certain Japanese corporations just have weird rules for like their corporation, and it's just like weird. Like I know Nintendo's like extremely really weird to work with, and it's like
Nintendo. I hate Nintendo, and I will never be buying any more of their products. My time with them ended after the 3DS went dead. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just not a fan of the Switch, and the Switch 2 honestly doesn't even look that good. Which disappoints me, because a lot of the games coming out for it I really want to get, but it just has too many problems, so man, I can't.
I genuinely thought, given the introduction when VR was coming out when the Switch was still around, and how good they got in the Wii and the Wii U, I was kind of hoping they would have went that route, because they were like light years ahead, like at the Xbox and PlayStation. They probably could have made a really solid like system.
I mean, they did continue with that. The Wii was a console with motion controls, same with the Wii U. The Nintendo Switch is not only a console, but a handheld with motion controls that are better.
Yeah, but...
So, I mean, they did do better. They just kind of dropped the ball. Bro, how are you in 6th place? What's going on?
I was on the 5th.
You're in 6th place for me.
It says 5th for me.
You just finished in 6th place.
Oh, it says 5th on my screen. That's okay.
Your screen is wrong, pal.
I don't know. It feels weird seeing all these companies kind of screw everything up now and change a lot of stuff. It just kind of really hurts.
Well, that's just the modern way.
I mean, think about it.
So I try not to think about it.
I mean, think about it this way now. Like, do you remember back in the day? I mean, I was so excited when I always did this.
Jingle.
When like you could go to like Burger King or McDonald's, and they actually had like promo cards you could get from like Kid Meal Toys. Like that was the shit. That was the stuff.
I do vaguely remember, yeah, and I remember the little electronic games you could get. Yeah, back in the day, fast food used to be cool, and now it's just junk that makes you fat. There's no point to eating it now.
And like there was like there was actually like meaning to it. I don't know, and it just kind of bothers me when I think about it sometimes. It's like,
ooh, Polar Pass. I haven't done that in a while. It died with our childhood. That's where it went. Because no one cares about that stuff anymore, apparently. Corporations care about greed. That slime creature has a pro cart. That's terrifying. I don't know how I feel about that. Verus Chimera. Verus Chimera. Oh, I also need to buy some more 2008 copies, because I'm going to try and find one with the beaten game, so I can get Sada her 6 Samurai cards for the 2008 game.
Can I ask what made you choose this Samurai's creation? Was this your other friend that suggested them to you?
No, I was just randomly thinking about them the other day. And I just been seeing their new synchros a lot recently. So I just decided to use them. I've known about them for a long time, and they're a very popular deck. I've even had a couple of our characters use them in 2011. You haven't dueled them yet. But yeah, I decided to really actually sit down and start reading their cards, and I like them. They're a really cool deck, and then I started using them, and they're pretty cool. And considering her new design and just the new somewhat direction I'm going to go with her personality, I feel like they will fit her well. I mean, these are the kind of things you have to do when you're designing characters. You got to sit down and think about stuff and test stuff out. You got to think about possibilities you really wouldn't think of before. You know what I mean? It's all part of the creative process. I mean, I know nothing about how you create or how you design stuff. You've never really talked about it before. But whenever I'm designing things, I don't look at it from a standpoint of what would I like. In most cases, I'm thinking, okay, how would this character react, or what can I picture them doing, saying, or using, you know, for whatever the plot might entail for them. Because I want to bring these characters to life. I don't want them all to be different extensions of me, because that's not an interesting story. Toma is a cool character, but if every other character was like Toma with just small variable differences, I don't think many people would watch the show, because it's like there's not a lot of diversity in character, you know, personalities and all that good stuff. I don't know. I think it's important to think about it from those kind of perspectives, because it really does add to the whole character building experience. Ooh, blue shield.
What the heck?
Since we're on the topic, if you don't mind sharing, so whenever you're designing characters, because you have designed a few and you currently still are, you're working on your personal own Yu-Gi-Oh! Stop motion series that'll hopefully air in the future. How do you come up with characters or the decks that they should use? Because aside from me, like, providing them to you and telling you about them, I mean, how do you go about that process?
Well, I think about not only, you know, the many paths and perils that my character will come across, but the other characters that they're going to meet along the way, how they are enticed, they're going to act in certain circumstances, how their behavioral instincts are, how they act. So they're not, you know, like one singular, all the same, but the same main character. Like they're all their own separate persons.
Oh man, I hit him.
But, like, I do know that, you know, Mr. Blackwater, who's the Ojamas, he's very calm and collective.
Okay.
And he, but he also likes to, you know, he likes to show off to, you know, like, to the other officer, like, ladies, you know, kind of, you know, kind of like a...
Officer
like
Guinea.
Yeah. Yeah. kind of be like Trudge.
Ah, I see what you're... Okay.
Yeah. He kind of like to show off a little bit.
So, let's talk about that, since you kind of brought him up. So, surprisingly, this is the only character I did not design or suggest a deck for. You came to this all on your own when it comes to the Ojamas. What led you to picking the Ojamas for Officer Blackwater?
Because Blackwater's the type of person, he doesn't like giving people a chance to really, you know, to get their field, be kind of, you know, like within power. He likes to be in control of the duel necessarily. And at the time before I changed the main characters, and when I had, you know, Lynx still in the story, and he was going to use the Littleromancers, and you've seen how they work, how they quickly come out into the field. The Ojamas were supposed to limit that to really dwindle it down and make it more of a challenge. He does this because it's that way he's more in the control of the duel, and that way he can actually, you know, turn the table around. That's his goal. So
Okay, so you just wanted a stall deck in a way.
He's not really much of a stall. Like, he's more like, he doesn't like really giving his opponents the option to really kind of like a chance to
That's what a stall deck is. It prohibits you from doing things. It stalls you. So yeah, he's a stall deck user, is essentially what that amounts to. Which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just classifying what that is. Things have terms, so.
But he does really good. I do like the other decks you made for the other two as well, which I will like to them. But I do eventually got to look through the male bodies and other characters and finish the other characters as well, and finish the rough patches on my deck so I can actually make a trailer here.
Gosh, hurry. Whew! Barely a second to spare. But yeah, I just think it's interesting because that's the only deck you've ever actually made on your own. So I was just really curious how you, since you brought up the question, I was just, yeah, but that's cool. That is really cool.
Again, when I sat down and talked to you over the whole extent of the whole story, I do, like you even said, like I have this whole thing planned.
You did have a lot of it planned out, yeah.
I do have a lot of it planned out. But it's a matter of getting everything prepped for it, like you usually get prepped for every one of your series episodes, and that's going to be the real task at hand.
I'm sorry, run that by me again. What do you like getting things set up for the one specific episode?
Like how you normally get stuff prepped for each, like season and episode. That's going to be the real task at hand, because I'm going to have to get everything prepped and get everything ready so we can get. So that way, when we started taking screenshots and getting the filming ready. That way, the flow just keeps going, and that way, I just can't stop. And
Okay, so burnout is a real thing, and it's something that I've been trying to heavily avoid recently because I just feel like I've been working on it so much. But what I've been doing from the beginning is, with any story, really, I at least pre-plan the first 3 or 5 episodes, so that way I have somewhat of a storyline and I know what I want to do. I can introduce a bunch of characters and get stuff rolling, and then from that point forward I really focus on episode by episode, and then eventually I will start thinking of like end game stuff where I want these things to lead, and then I can slowly build a bridge to that end game story. You know what I mean? Fans who have been listening to the show or to our videos for a long time, if you watch some of our original Star Wars videos, you'll hear us talking, and we were, I was trying to not talk too much because I didn't want to go too many details, but we were talking about story elements and ideas and about mergers and all this stuff, and as of right now, that is kind of still the same, kind of not. It's changed a lot since then, and so it's kind of fun to see how stuff changes as time goes on, because we don't usually stick to stuff. We're always developing and editing things, you know what I mean?
Like even, because in case I didn't forget any of this stuff too, which I told you all too, because I have still been using the Google Docs to write my stories, so it is all kind of wrote in there, so that way if something does change, or if I need to change something, I can look it over and see what needs to be changed and what needs to be altered, and what could be possibly made for better.
Oh my god, this guy.
I also have that other series I very fondly of too that I've been working on that I'd like to eventually finish. I would also like to make into a series too.
I'm sorry, you have another story?
I brought it up a lot of times.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know what you're talking about. Would you like to...
It was really... Because unfortunately this happened because I was making one after you first made dungeons, and you wanted to do so much more, and you felt bad about it when when you lost your account and all that stuff, and you made Mystery Dungeon as a replacement for that. Well,
oh, Dreamers! Yeah, Dreamers and Figma Anime. I lost those. Yeah.
Which I was thinking, what if we gave that story, more juice, more depth. And I just went the whole 9 yards of that, and it was just, I had like really juicy bits. Essentially, it's not, we were actually not from that world. We get isekai to that world, our whole classroom. And it's a whole different story, and...
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Dreamers, I can tell you that. I mean, I barely remember anything about that.
But like, it kind of like, I took some kind of bits from it, but essentially the premise is we all get teleported. This is basically like, I'm just giving a gist for like maybe...
God, Natsuki was the villain in that game. I forgot about it.
Maybe like season 1, I suppose. But basically, we all get isekai in this world, and we all get different brought to different all areas around this world, which is known as ethereal.
Okay.
And it's another world kind of like Earth. And Lynx has been stranded out in the woods for days trying to find somebody like one of you or something like that. And he's starving, he's hungry, he's been chased by wolves, by bears, other creatures in this world like goblins. He's just so weak.
This is very different from my original concept.
He sees like this dead dragon just laying there and like, rotting carcass, and he's just so hungry. He's like, what if I just eat this dragon? Surely, what, nobody's gonna care, right?
I will care.
Dead dragon, I can cook the meat. And he gets interrupted by this old hunter who says, don't eat that dragon, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. And Lynx just bickers this old man saying, hey, I can't help it, I'm hungry. I've been stranded out here for days, weeks, chased by wolves. And this is Lynx, like freaking out because not only is he somewhere else, but he's freaking out because he's not in the classroom. He also is really psyched up because he had like a history test he had to take that day too. And he's like, I'm gonna fail class and all this stuff too, like what's going on? Like
I've never heard any of this.
Yeah, I've brought it up a couple times. I mean, I'll give you more of a gist about what we're playing, but like, anyway, while him and this old man hunter go out sleeping for the night, the rest of the night, because the old hunter promised him if he doesn't eat that dragon, he'll take him back to like a city or a town so they can get something to eat and change of clothes so he looks, more not like ragged because he's been stuck in the wood for a couple, like days.
Okay.
Lynx gives into his hunger and can't take it anymore. So he tries to eat the dragon meat, and there's a curse when you eat the meat. It's basically like rabies.
Oh.
And it gets worse over time. So you just start slowly having more rage, you just get more angry, you can't control yourself. They basically call it Dragon's Rage. And it's actually, there is no cure for it. The only cure essentially is death.
Interesting.
Eventually, over time, you'll become nothing more than a mindless beast. And it's actually explained in the story that the king has actually ordered that all dragons be killed to prevent this from happening because it was actually turned into such a problem.
So I'm assuming this leads to Lynx's death or something?
It's for shadow. It does kind of supposedly happen.
Well, you just said there's no cure, so I mean, obviously the ending has to be he
I'm not going to
dies.
spoil everything in the story, but...
Well, you just did. You just said he dies.
No, he doesn't really die. I'm not spoiling anything.
There's no cure, but he doesn't die. Interesting. Okay.
But it's... You are, on the other hand, looking for your other classmates.
Okay.
You're looking for your beloved, to
Where did
which
this guy go?
you actually realize, thanks to a fortune teller, that I am cursed, and you want me to die, and you want to kill me for reasons, actually.
Probably because you're mutated and there's no cure.
Well, actually, because, we were on the run because I didn't realize what this curse entails. While I was being chased by holy knights, your beloved dies because of my ill-advised actions, and you think the best course of action is take out revenge and kill me because I'm not who I am anymore. And you think that's my action.
Very odd story, but okay, sure.
Yeah, but it's very different.
It is very different. I've never heard anything like it.
It's very intriguing, and then, it's really depth and detail. It's very nice. It's very different. I've added a lot of juicy bits to it. There was a lot of bits I took from Dreamers, and I just thought I overhauled it and altered it. And make it look
this
like
has nothing to do with Dreamers.
So yes and no. There are some.
No, there is no yes, because I created Dreamers, and based off of everything you just said, let me tell you what I remember from Dreamers. Okay.
So can I tell you a little bit in depth before you go start saying that?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
So, like, you actually, I think you had electric powers in that one, if I'm not mistaken.
And what? Dreamers?
Or you had ice. One of those two. I think you had
We didn't even.
electric.
I didn't have powers.
Okay, but
I didn't even have effect pieces back then, so it was just straight up martial arts.
You didn't even have powers, pretty sure.
Yes, because this was like my first project ever. I didn't have sound effects or
I gave you
other
actually
things.
ice powers, but more phenomenally, I don't know if you remember that Natsuki had gravity powers.
Yes, I do remember that, and she was the villain.
Back to her. So.
I do remember that.
Great. But
Maybe we did have powers.
But there was a lot of it. I some bits and pieces I took, but I know it's not remotely close. But essentially, it gave me a lot of inspiration.
You know, I still have a single episode of Dreamers.
I know.
I'm just saying.
But I just still remember the first episode ever. You had me training my two, and you had the end. That was like the smooth, so in my opinion, one of your early days, one of your smooth patience you had. It was very nice. It got me excited. It was very. It was.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, you had a. Oh my God, wait. Yeah, you had a daughter, and there was a guild, and we were doing the magic games or something, and your daughter had the ice powers.
Yep.
Yeah, I used sticky tack to be the ice because I didn't have any actual ice props yet.
Lynx killed his wife
because of something Natsuki did. I don't know if I ever explained that yet. I don't know if we got that far, but yeah, Natsuki had done something, and you like turned into a monster during the tournament and killed people.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Dreamers, man.
I know. Again, I know this series because I love this series.
I haven't thought about Dreamers in a long time because it's such old work, and I wasn't a fan.
It's nice to rethink about your old work and be like, wow, it's actually like interesting. And I wonder if I can like.
I wish I still had episodes of Figma Anime because that show was so zany and so wacky. And some of the videos had over thousands of views, and they were such dog water animation. If that, I don't even think I had animation back then. But again, they had so many views because it was just funny stuff, man. Like I remember Index threatening to stomp on your balls, the Woody hiding in the trash can, Toma having a dream about androids killing everybody or something. That was such a weird show.
Yeah, then you went on an android phase, wanting to kill my daughter. Yes, I remember something.
Oh, I still have those pictures. But yeah, that was supposed to be the premise for Dreamers, was going to be the androids, and I did like a little test portion of that in Figma Anime. Fans weren't happy about that, but I was, because I got to, test stuff out and stuff. And then I just never added in any of that when Dreamers actually debuted. That was just never a thing.
But yeah, it's kind of interesting though, because there are some takes that I did put in this series that are kind of cool. Like
You didn't put in that sex demon, did you?
No, I'm not gonna spoil a lot, but like.
I didn't ask you to spoil. I'm telling you to promise me you didn't put that sex demon in there.
No, there's a lot of cool tidbits in the first season that will kind of cool things up, because the climax of the really final season of that series I have is because in the story
I was in third place. How did taking this shortcut make me get fourth place?
Yeah, I don't know, but your dad was actually a soldier that served in the World War. Actually, World War II on the German side. But he was a German soldier. He was a lieutenant, if that.
Hey, my cards are shipping.
But he somehow disappeared during the war, and your mother
disappeared.
Your mother somehow became a widow, but she was saddened, having no husband, to help take care of her kid, and she actually she marries another guy, to which they work out with each other, but they eventually they give birth to me, and that's why you always refer to me as a younger brother. Unfortunately, in that series, because I'm a lot younger than you.
Oh.
But you also don't like the stepdad either, which is understandable because he's not your real dad. And that's why you'll even make references in the first season before you isekai to the to Ethereal. You'll call him like how you call you'll call him like, you know, how similar how Bart Simpson calls his dad Homer. In the sense, you'll just keep calling him by name. You won't call him Dad.
I know that guy. He's the funny guy.
But anyway, your dad that served in the World War II that went disappearing. I'm not gonna spoil much, but he is in Ethereal.
Alright, sir, you left. Why did you do that?
It didn't tell me I left.
What do you mean it didn't tell you? Weren't you looking at the screen?
I just looked back at it for a second because I turned my head and I just looked back and said lobby members. Oh, where are you at? There you are.
I'm here. I'm waiting for you. Don't worry.
No, it's just something I've really been working on. It's very nice, and you have read it a couple times in Google Docs, which I do kind of miss that. And I know you don't like reading this, but it is really cool to see what I'm actually thinking and what I'm.
I'd like to watch it rather than read it. So if you could finally produce
it's
something.
cool to kind of visualize what you want to make and just think about it. Though it's kind of like, huh.
Well, the reason I can talk about this now. The reason I disliked reading a lot of your stuff is because back then you were like extremely ambitious, and reading a lot of this stuff, it was high level, and I mean that in a good way. Like there was a lot of good details and a lot of like intense battles or like interesting. No. Hold on. Let me get to my point here. There were a lot of like complex, interesting moves and powers, and it's like I literally had just started making stop motions for the first time ever in my life, like maybe a year or two prior to like your first concept idea after Dreamers. And it's like, I don't have money, I don't have props, I am unsure and scared if I can even film half of this, because it's like, again, I'm just starting. I didn't have the knowledge I have now. So it's just like, I don't want to, like, I can't do this. How would I even portray that? Because I didn't have props. I didn't have money. I didn't have skills and experience. Now I do. So it's like, when you come to me and say, oh, I want them to do this, it's like, okay, I can, like, kind of quickly think of a way to do that somehow. And I'm more willing to try new things. But back then, I didn't know how to do that. So I was always just like, yeah, I really don't want to read this. Because most of it I knew I couldn't film at the time.
I still have a lot of that saved, though. I do.
Delete it.
It'd just be interesting, though.
I really want to rewatch episode 7 now, because that's the only one I have left. I want to rewatch that. Maybe I should remaster Dreamers. Because I do miss Natsuki as a character. Up till, what was it? Mystery Dungeon. She was in every project I ever made, in some capacity. No, she was in Mystery Dungeon. She's like in almost every series I do. She's in almost every one of them because I just really liked her as a character.
Make her a duelist and give her like a horror-based deck.
Make her a duelist, eh?
Yeah, give her like
I can't do that, sir.
Why?
As excited as I am to hear that, I can't do that. And only because Hikara uses her voice. And Hikara's a main character.
You're like that Peter Schmidt and the Doctor thing from Family. Like, you ever know the same voice? Nah, no,
Ah, we don't sound the same at all. No, we don't. I'm not doing that. Ironically enough, you know what's funny? Because Sada's voice was already used by Tachibana. Tachibana's just gonna vanish, and I'm just gonna chop it up to she was carded by Arabella off screen or something. And she's just never gonna return. She's just gone because, you know, Sada supremacy. But
Hey, stop talking to me. You're supposed to be inside of a trading card. Go away. Make way for the legendary Sada.
But yeah, I would like to do a series where Natsuki's a character, especially a duelist. That'd be kind of fun, actually. Ooh, okay, that would. But I need Hikara though. She's important. She's gonna be your girl.
The gimmick puppets.
Stop giving me ideas! If we don't have Hikara, your character won't be born for the final portion of the timeline. I need him to shack up with Hikara. I can't not have her.
Oh no, she accidentally got her throat slit. I guess she can't speak again.
Sir, there's not a single person in this race.
Oh, I see that.
It was just me and you. I wondered why I was winning that whole race. I was like, this was pretty casual. What happened?
I was trying to catch up.
I was trying to catch up, said every racer ever. He says that like the others weren't trying to do it. Like, he's the only one like, I was trying to catch you. The other guys were just sitting there. I was trying to race. But yeah, I kind of do want to remake Dreamers, not because of what you, well, somewhat because of what you said, but also because I've been wanting to redo an adventure series for a long time. And I did try to redo Mystery Dungeon, but I'm just so done with this project. I hate coming back to it. I kind of just want to start fresh with a whole new one altogether.
You had a lot of fun when you made Dreamers, and it just sparked your creativity.
Well, yeah, because I was fresh and I was starting out.
The only thing you ever really bitched about, and even Soren told this to you too, and I remember, especially the baby thing with sticky tack.
Baby. That wasn't in Dreamers. That was in our club, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know that was in your. That was also good too. I also miss making the old me with the glowing eye. My favorite.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, I for the audience who haven't watched our club, Toma and Lynx were in a baby class where they were learning how to take care of children. And I didn't have like a small baby figure, so I took a Figma faceplate and I stuffed it in some sticky tack, pretending that the sticky tack was like a blue little towel or something. And Soren lost her crap, just yelling at me like, Toma, that's not a baby! What is that? It's a monster! How could you do this? Oh my god, it was so funny! But it was so I rewatched it too, and I'm looking at this thing.
So remember when you flipped out and you were using sticky tack on a faceplate?
Listen,
I come such a long way.
Listen, it was so funny. Man, I remember when Woody jumped out of a garbage can? Remember those times?
I think I hear something in that garbage can over there. Hello there, I am Woody. Oh my god, it's Woody, run! There's a pedophile on the loose!
Get up.
I should have named him Ethan. Ethan Woody. Howdy, y'all! I think I fought him with a pipe. I don't remember. That was in Figma Anime. We don't have any episodes of that, unfortunately. That's forever lost to time. But God, Figma Anime. What a great show.
I always had to edit the glowing eyes.
Oh, the red glowing eye. I can't remember her name, but I think it was Hibiki. But I had two girls.
Yep, it was Hibiki.
And I remember you had to edit one of them. I was like, hey, can you edit this for me? Because I was just doing still images at the time. I didn't really have a lot of animation.
And I did a lot of them. That was bad.
Oh, you did do a lot of those, but it was worth it. It's worth every penny.
Yeah, she was abusive to me. She was mean to me.
I think I still have a majority of our club, or at least the first 7 episodes or something. No, I think I'm missing the first like 3.
That woman was madly in love with you and abusive to me.
I still remember. I can't remember the whole episode, but there's one where she takes us on a trip, and it's basically just a parody of when Mr. Krabs takes SpongeBob and Squidward on a boat. Because I was like really fixated on SpongeBob at the time, for whatever reason, you know.
Guys, Lynx won't wake up.
That's okay.
So how do you like your eggs, man? I'll just have some eggs. Oh, finally, a normal answer. How do you like your eggs, ma'am?
Fertilized by you.
And they all just started laughing, and he was dying. I can't remember what was that. That was in my Nendoroid series, I think, or maybe it was Figma. No, it was Nendoroid because it might have been Nendoroid. I don't remember which one. God, I've made a lot of old content that I don't remember much of.
I do.
I tell you what, though, rewatching, because I briefly mentioned I did a slight reboot for Mystery Dungeon. Rewatching episodes 1 through 3, holy cow, man. Some of that dialogue was so long-winded and overextended, But some of those jokes were just insane, man. I was like, I can't even imagine myself writing this today or attempting that.
I don't think you remember. I know I remember. I remember every time when you had us here, kicked my ass, and all you ever heard me say for weeks was rematch.
I remember they had one match, and then you went on this fixated craze about the word rematch, yes.
Yeah, because I was like, like, what the hell? That shouldn't even be possible. I should get my ass kicked.
Well, you were a weak-ass little man, and she's a powerful woman, so, I mean, the choice was clear.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What do you mean? That's science. What do you mean what's wrong with me?
I'm starting to see a trend here. I get my ass beat up.
Also, we're at 55 minutes. We're gonna have
That's
to...
like your other short series you have where Lynx makes friends.
Oh my god, I had so much planned for that. Again, Natsuki was involved. She became rogue. You were supposed to become a villain and start this whole, like, villain group, and you were gonna come back, and it was gonna turn into a fighting series. And then I just never recorded another episode ever again. Or no, I think I did, and then it had nothing to do with the previous episode at all. I just, like, completely redid it all. I do remember Lynx Makes Friends. That actually, one of those videos has over, like, 400 some views. And it's the one where Index comes in from a different timeline, and she, like, tackles you and starts kissing you repeatedly, and you're, like, screaming for your life. This is basically, like, hardcore rape at this point. And no one's, like, helping you, and everyone's, like, laughing. It's a weird episode, man. I had so much Lynx abuse on my old videos. God, no wonder you hate me. I did so many terrible things to you and your character. I really enjoyed making abusive Lynx content back in the day. What do you mean? What I'm talking about? I'm talking about the past. What do you mean? I'm talking about those videos that I made. The Lynx series, Makes Friends. It's a stop motion. You remember? You were there. You mentioned it. Illegal algebra. Damn, the math is illegal. That's crazy.
I'm at 56 right now.
So am I, and I'm about to hit 58 or 57. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care, everybody!